I'm Frankie.
I'm Grant.
We live on Billionaires Row in New York City, and we each pay what?
$750.
And just for perspective, take a look at this building behind us. Guess how much it goes for? Tell them, Grant.
$250 million.
So right there, that apartment costs $250 million, and these guys are living right around the block for $750 per month. This is original, right?
Yeah.
I think it's either original or they put this one in the 50s, but it's old as hell, that's for sure. So I think this place was built in 1928. I think it used to be a hotel itself, especially when you like look in the apartment, how we really only have that like wet bar. That's like the only thing we have, and then the one room. It feels like no one was ever supposed to live here for as long as I think we have, but you know.
What is the square footage, do you know?
No idea.
Let's measure.
Okay. So it says 10.7.
By 11 foot?
11 feet, yeah.
110 for this space.
13 feet by 5 inches.
And what's this one?
13 feet by 8 inches.
Yeah.
We'll say 275, including the bathroom and closet.
Found it over LinkedIn. It's not on Craigslist, not on StreetEasy. Really, really bizarre story. I don't know anybody else that has found an apartment on LinkedIn. But we have our kitchen set up here, super tiny fridge. This cabinet, no matter what we do, we've tried to duct tape it, we've tried to nail it, it just won't. It looks terrible in Zoom calls. That's why I have this thing here. We set up a blue screen for self-tapes, acting, but also I use it for Zoom calls, because why not? The sink is very interesting. We do have to cover up the top to make sure our pest friends don't get in, but also the water is extremely slow. So it takes about an hour for us to get our water.
Water bottle.
I've got a lot of Trader Joe's vegetables, chicken fried rice, dumplings, fries. Very, very little.
I don't even know what's in the damn fridge at the moment, so.
Don't really cook much here.
4 days out of the week, I'm eating mainly just where I work. If it comes to like actually eating here, I probably almost never eat in the apartment. That's kind of the beauty of the location and having the pizza place next door, places that are open until, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock at night.
I call Amore every day for lunch.
Hello, Morty Pizza, how can I help you?
Hey, can I get a Frankie special?
And it's right next door.
This is the Frankie special. I get it almost every day for lunch because my mom is concerned that I don't eat enough vegetables. This has broccoli, mushrooms, onions, 3 pieces of grilled chicken, and they charge me $11 for this. It's not on the menu, so look at this piece of chicken though. Great chicken. This is the rest of the living room. We have my desk space here that I do most of my day job work. It's tech sales, so it's outsourced sales and marketing. It's work from home. It's fully remote. It's 40 hours a week. The big thing is it pays me enough to make it in New York. I do a lot of reading in the morning. I try to wake up 6 a.m., 7 a.m., do my push-ups right here, lay out the mat. We have all of our self-tape equipment set up so that we could just do a self-tape whenever we need. And then this space is really used just to hold all of our clutter, all of our books, all of our camera equipment, mic stands, voiceover equipment.
It's as much of a living space as you can have in the tight quarters. It's kind of the all-purpose room.
Yeah.
Especially when one of the two of us is still asleep, the other one has to get up and do something. This becomes kind of the de facto space of where things get done.
It's also where we're most creative.
My storyboarding of this was up down. Remember we talked about this? I love points of intersection. Like I love like trains. I want to write something about like a subway. Like I love confined spaces because I think your setting motivates action.
We have our guitar here. We play music in here. If I don't see the guitar, I don't play it. I like to keep this stuff open in the space. I know it doesn't look pretty. All of my stuff is kind of set up in this room so that I could be most creative.
I think it kind of all ties to just this habit of being on the go. When you're trying to like build the life that you want to have for yourself, it's a matter of just like everything being ready that you can just do it as quick as you can, right? There's like that 5-second rule of like if you don't do it in 5 seconds, you're not going to get it done. It's in that moment of hesitation that the whole system can kind of crumble down on yourself. Because if you don't have the clear vision of what you want to do, where you want to go with the day, let alone your life. I mean, we talk to agents and managers about people who will spend 40 years trying to be actors. And it's just because if you don't do it every day. You're not putting in the work outside of even what, you know, your management or your team or people are telling you to do. That's where kind of you drop the ball, and then suddenly your life's passed you by. It's no longer enough to do just one thing in this industry. You have to make your own work. The people who succeed are not just the people who are sitting waiting for a green light from an audition. It's the people who are saying, you know, what do I want to say? What is my truth? What's my story? And then how can I create something out of nothing to showcase my own talent, but more than my own talent, my own perspective and experience. I think that is what makes a successful artist, is having the ambition to truly be a world builder. I mean, that's what we are as artists. That's what you have to be.
Damn.
But let's go into the bedroom.
One sec. I gotta hop down. I'm actually up on the kitchen right now, getting a better perspective for you. Knocking over shit.
Come on.
So we actually reworked this whole space. We reworked the bed to be that way. This is Grant's bed.
Glamorous.
It is. It used to be comfy. Now it's a little deflated.
Yeah, a little deflated after 6 months of being here, but you know, you make it work.
College
Basically like a
roommates.
college dorm is really how it's felt. It's been interesting.
Air conditioner doesn't really work that well.
On the fritz most of the time.
The outlet is out right now.
Yeah, actually that is true.
we're
The outlet
going
is out in about half of the apartment right now.
What do you mean it's out?
It doesn't work.
He checked the breaker, we were trying to figure it out. This was recent development. Next door used to be a hotel. They were having a massive liquidation sale.
So we got these desks.
All of these desks were in every single
$15.
room. It's literally
right
next door.
It's one.
It's literally,
No,
that's
literally.
the wall.
That's the wall?
It.
They are doing construction
That
in
is
there.
it.
It's great. The glamorous view of New York City. Billionaire Row, man.
So this is Ernest Hemingway and John F. Kennedy's favorite cologne, and they sell it at the plaza. I dated it to celebrate moving to the city for myself. It was like a $700 cologne. One of the most expensive things I've ever bought in my life, but it was a confidence thing because I said, I want to feel like those people.
So for perspective, can I hold this? For perspective, this is your rent pretty much in a bottle.
We have the bathroom here. This opens up. You get a little bit of sunlight here. The shower, it's either cold, freezing cold, or like super steam hot that we can't even get in. So it's always like a little nudge here, a little nudge there to really get the perfect Goldilocks temperature. It's very tight. I mean, I can't even like really stretch here.
This is your voiceover studio / closet, and you set up your mic in here.
Set up my mic, and then I also have just my computer right over here. I'll put a little desk. Do my voiceover recording here, standing up. It goes right through my computer, and I send in my MP3.
What advice would you have for someone watching this who wants to move to New York City and doesn't know how to?
There's never a right time to move to New York. There's a million reasons to not move to New York. If you're waiting for like the stars to align, they're never going to. You just have to do it. You just have to go, because that's what this city is. That's what this city is built of. It's just people who see something for themselves, see something for their future, and then make it happen. It is one of the best things I ever did, and I say that in our tiny little apartment here, you know, living like we live in a college dorm right now. But there's no other way for it to happen. Like, you have to be willing to do that. You just gotta lean into the grunge, into the challenge, into the living sparsely, into the just wanting it. It is enough to want it, because if you want it, it's already real in your mind. You just have to do it.